You already know it's the Rec League 2022. We are coming for you. We got your big four in the building. We got
Yeah,
Jay,
yeah, yeah.
we got myself, Coach K, we got Sam L, and we got Shaq. And we about to pod it right now.
Rec League.
Lee, what's up?
Hey, real quick, I actually had a question for y'all. It's crazy. I mean, this don't got nothing to do with basketball. I think it's a cool question to kind of talk about. But like 2 minutes, like just quick 2 minutes. I gotta ask y'all real quick because it's been a conversation that's been happening the last maybe 2 weeks. Is Jay-Z bugging for saying what he said?
What do you say?
Definitely not bugging.
For saying
Definitely.
nobody can stand in front of him in a versus.
He's not. He's the GOAT.
I think Nas.
Yeah, talk your talk.
I think Nas can.
Nah, he's the GOAT. If we're understanding what the consensus is around the entire hip hop game from the down south to West Coast, East, everybody knows Jay-Z is the GOAT. So there's not like he can talk his talk and people can feel how they feel about different generations, about Wayne and whoever it is, Fetty Wap or Chief, I don't care who it is. Whatever generation you come
Sean Carter all the way.
I'm not mad at him, but I don't know if that makes it true that nobody can stand in front of him.
No, it makes it true. It's very true. Like we're talking about, like, it's really different. Like with Jay,
like so,
it's hard
like
to,
in
it's
terms
hard
of
to
in terms of like song, like and like you performing it in person, like song for song, like who could go 20 from?
You got all of that.
Nobody.
You don't think like,
You know how
not even
hard
like
it is?
Kanye?
Hey, Jason, you know how hard it is to stand in front of What More Can I Say? Do you know how hard it is to stand in front of when you hear his mom go on December night? Sean Carter was like, it's really different, bro.
You don't think Kanye can stand in front of him for 20 songs?
No, that's his
you're
ball.
a Kanye guy. You know that.
I feel like it's all about energy. And I feel like when we're talking about verses, we're trying to reach into the nostalgia bag. So once you reach into that nostalgic feeling, I feel like just Jay-Z.
I feel like Kanye can give you that nostalgia feeling too.
No, but there's a great conversation though around like verses really about who's getting sunned.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to son Jay-Z. Kanye can't son Jay-Z. That's his boss. Lil Wayne, it's not happening.
Got you. You have to bring Biggie back to son Jay-Z.
We also have to understand that raps are involved. Like nobody raps like Jay. Like
all right,
nobody raps like Jay-Z.
I can't wait. I'll wait because there's one person who can.
Because for me, I would say rapping wise, Jay-Z and Nas are the two best. Like they're the two, like rapping wise. But then Jay-Z, to me, has songs that edge Nas out in every category of the way. Nas raps just as good as anybody has ever rapped. Like when Nas rap, it's like Keon said in the chat, when Nas rap, it makes you feel like nobody else can rap because he's not rhyming words, he's rhyming syllables. He's rhyming 4, 5, 6, 7 syllables at a time while meaning something. But when it comes to doing that, Jay-Z can give you one line that you're gonna remember for the next 5 years.
Keon, what you
it's just different.
All right, hold on. A train about to pass me. I'm in the Bronx, so I want to give some time.
But listen, I feel like I understand.
Jay-Z is the God MC by far. He's a God MC. He's just like, when everything you guys say, I am not taking away from anything you guys said. I believe and agree with everything you're saying. But when I say Nas, it's like, Nas, Illmatic is, if not the greatest rap album of all times.
The greatest.
You want to talk about nostalgia? That's nostalgia. And then if the guy is still doing it at a high level, like he's still painting pictures with words, like there's nobody who
you gotta be a special type nigga to feel what I rhyme. Like when you like that's just different, man.
It's different type. And I feel like
that's the thing with
he paints.
But Nas is the only one. I feel like.
I think Jay-Z is right by saying what he's saying because in rap you're supposed to speak like that. You're supposed to talk like that. That's how you're supposed to talk. And if you're the God MC, you're supposed to say that. I'm not taking away from what he's saying. He's not crazy for saying it, but I feel like it would be incredibly entertaining. He would not blow Nas out of the water. It would just be an amazing opportunity.
I might agree with that. But
you think about it,
I know, hey, Keon.
Jay, when they battled, Nas won that battle. Not that's my
Yeah,
opinion.
but it's different.
Come on, bro.
Not the same.
Come on, bro. It's
Not the same,
different.
'cause
That's
here's how
different.
we gotta look at it. Nas is still rapping on that God level that he's been rapping for as long as he's been out, right? But
Incredible.
Nas dropped maybe 2 album of the year pieces within this year and last year, right? Do we feel like if Jay-Z were to do the same, we'd be giving Jay-Z the same attention we give Nas? Because truthfully,
but you know what's crazy?
Mhm.
You know what's crazy about that, Sam? It's funny you say that because Jay-Z is so great, he don't have to.
No, but he kind of did.
Jay-Z, hold on.
He was on Jay.
Hold on.
That was his album. That was Jay's album.
Yeah, but that was him showing everybody the difference, though. That was him showing everybody the difference. Like, y'all say he's a MC backpack rap type of cat. I'm gonna out rap him too. You know what I'm saying? The thing with Jay when it comes to the verses is I can name you Jay-Z songs that can't lose.
Yeah,
I can name you.
Can't lose.
Nah. Against Jay-Z
Name
songs, they're losing.
Name them.
If
And
I
I'm
rule
a Nas
if I
fan
rule the
to
world,
the
it's not
like
losing nothing. If I rule the world, it's not. Gonna
PSA. I'm playing PSA to that.
Yeah,
PSA.
PSA.
I'm playing PSA.
Damn.
Dirt off, probably not dirt off your shoulder, but 99 Problems.
Hey, what you playing for Song Cry?
Mm.
Ain't nothing Song Cry.
Song card. That's
Yeah, like,
one of them ones.
Yeah, you put me on the spot. I think we should revisit this. Everybody in the chat, you let us know who you think will win. Nas.
Hey, even going back to like being in the park, like I remember being in the park hearing H to the Izzo for the first time.
Yeah, that's a hard. Yeah, that's my song. That's my song.
Yeah.
Nah,
That's my song.
There's no
Come on,
conversation, y'all. Come on. Come on.
No.
You're right. No, I just think it will be incredibly entertaining.
No.
I'm not knocking anything. If I rule the world,
Nas.
New York State of Mind, one.
Oh yeah, New York
mic.
State of Mind is hard to beat. New York State of Mind is very hard to beat.
It ain't hard to tell.
New York. Nas is like.
Nas is like.
Yeah.
Nas is like.
It's still not touching. It's still not touching Ace to the Izzo.
It's new. It will still work.
Yeah. Ultra Black could work.
Street Dreams.
Nah, it's not working.
Street Dreams.
Everything you giving out right now is not working.
You know what it is though. You know what it is though with those songs though. Hey Keon, you know what it is with those songs though. Like Nas, what the thing with Jay-Z is, Jay-Z blows you away in a way where it's like pause. In a way where it's like, yo, he's really like that. Nas inspires you to create. Like Nas makes you want to go do something with yourself. Pause. Nas makes you want to go right. He makes you want to go create something. He makes you want to do something. Like Jay, it's like nobody can do that.
Yeah.
Nobody can say that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You got to be a billionaire to say what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Like it's certain levels, you know. But we get back to basketball. As long as you know what I'm saying. If I could get Sam to agree with me on something, I know we won. I'm
not taking away from what y'all saying, but my man.
Nah, I'm with you too. We with you too, though. We with
God,
you too.
Nas is the MC.
Nobody raps better than Nas, man. Nobody.
Which rapper is DeMar DeRozan right now?
Man.
Oh my
Who
God.
would you say is DeMar DeRozan?
That is
a good shots, though, guys. Are those good shots?
It doesn't matter. Do they go?
They are great shots.
What?
That one in the corner against the Bulls.
Are we talking about? Are we talking about his game-winning shots or just his regular shots?
Game-winning shots.
The game winners.
Game-winning shots. If you are a scorer and you are a prolific scorer, if you are somebody that takes high percentage of shots, you can take those shots.
There's few people who could take those shots, and I wouldn't bat an eye. If KD took those shots, I'd be like, all right.
We would, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
It's a short list of players who could take those type of one-legger from the top of the key.
3-point shot.
One-legger from the top of the key is crazy.
Every time I watch it, I don't understand it.
I think he said he thought there was more time, and then he looked up and he said there wasn't, like time was running out. So he just went right into it.
I can see how that.
He just looked it looked very natural, but like when you think about it from that aspect, it's like, oh yeah.
It really reminds me of some like Dirk shot.
Hey, he doing stuff that I was doing with him in 2K, Sam. Now he's doing the stuff. I was being futuristic.
DeRozan's been that guy though.
Nah, he has
not from 3 though.
Nah,
you know who DeRozan
has
reminds
been.
me of? If DeRozan is a rapper, you know who he'd be?
Who?
He Pusha T.
I can see that. I can see that.
Falls off, goes under the radar, but still producing at a high level.
Yeah. Hey, it's gonna be hard. You know what it is, y'all? You know what it is? It's the top of the year. It's gonna be hard not to talk about rap because, like, you're thinking about all the music that came out last year, everything that, like, it's gonna be so hard. Like, they're putting out lists now. Like, you know, they got lists with all these other, you know, rappers on there. Like, it's just crazy. But can we all admit that Jadakiss had the moment of the year last year?
Yeah.
Moment of the year, Kiss.
The man got
easily
solidified himself. To me, it's hard to take him off of the top 3. It's gonna be him, Jay-Z, Nas, and Jada. Right now, in my book. Right now.
Listen, we're gonna have a whole conversation about that. I believe Outkast should be, I mean, not Outkast, but Andre 3000 as a writer should be what? Should be in top 3. Definitely in
top 5.
You can't. I get what you're saying, Sam, and I think that as a writer, he's incredible. It's just you still got to put out a consistent body of works individually to be considered in that gauntlet of guys. Like Kiss, to me, Kiss, Nas, and Jay, those are my 3 favorite rappers of all time. So I could be biased in that case. But when it comes to Jadakiss raps street rhymes that you could see in your head.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these dudes rap street rhymes that you're like, okay, it sound cool to say, but like when Jadakiss rap it, you could see the transaction happen in your head. You feel what I'm saying? So there's just certain guys like
his delivery. There's no voice like that, man.
Yes,
there's
absolutely.
No voice like that, man.
I don't know. To Sam's point, when I heard Andre 3000's verse on the Kanye song,
"Life of the Party,"
yeah, it was different. I was like, man,
that
brought you there.
He's brilliant.
That was incredible. Would you say Andre 3000's verse on "Life of the Party" was better than Jay Electronica's verse on the other joint on Ye's album?
You know, I think Jay Elec's verse is very underrated because I believe that Andre's verse can be for consideration of a verse of the year.
Yes.
Yeah. Jay Elec's verse is something different.
That verse, probably heard that verse probably 50 times.
Can I be honest with y'all? It was very good words. It was very good words. 3 stacks, like that was
feeling like that was
meant
go back and listen to Jay Electronic.
Yo, no, Jay Elec's was like it was incredible. That's why I put it up there. I put it up there with it.
That verse had me going to Google. I had to go Google some of that stuff. I'm like,
yeah, when he's on the Jay Electronica coming through your mind, like he's doing the same syllable scheme pattern that a lot of these doing, and it's making sense. But with again, like when you rap and you make people see what's happening, now you taking it from just words to a whole nother, like, and I feel like 3 Stacks was able to take us to where he was talking about.
I saw his mother talking to him as he was rapping. I just felt
no, that's dope. I'm not taking away from what he does, but I'm telling you, like the wordplay, the be able to stuff as much new information.
Yeah, no, for
make
sure.
You guys think
lyrically.
Jay Elect is so crazy like that. Whereas like every time I listen to his verses, I'm like, what is he saying? Like, why is this so?
But can I ask you a question? Let me ask you a question, Keon. Which one did you feel more?
Jay Elect, I'm sorry. Because I
feel like
when it came out, I listened to that thing 50 times. I could not.
No, me too.
Definitely, because I feel like in that verse, it's really not he's just throwing words together.
No,
line he's spitting just follows the next. It's everything's connected in all the analogies that he's putting in his lines. It's all
came up on the rough side like Earth. Like he was wilding.
I will say Andre's verse, it does I think fit the theme of the album a little bit more. But I think just like as a verse, like standalone, I think Jay Lex is better.
What about the Drake 7 p.m. joint on his album?
Going to Drake.
Low key, my hot take is that what's the song? I think 5-Year Foreign's verse on off the grid. I think that's the verse of the year worthy as well.
No, not verse of the year
for
worthy.
Me, that's one of my out of the songs that I heard this year. I feel like that verse he went crazy on that.
It was definitely fire. I'm not gonna take nothing away from that. Like he went crazy. Fabio went crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all, we getting back on track with these Bills though.
Yeah.
They're on a 7-game win streak right now.
First in the East right now.
First in the Eastern Conference.
No, that don't mean much.
Though the Bulls, let me ask y'all a question.
Big dog wearing number 11 is back too, so I don't mean nothing.
What big
You
dog?
feel me?
Who's that? Who's that?
Yo, you
that?
know who it is. You know who it is.
Nah,
you
I don't.
know who wear number 11 in Brooklyn?
Come on. Oh,
Yeah.
your favorite team?
Fella.
Yeah.
The part-time fella.
The
Oh,
part-time player.
guy.
I ain't never seen
janitor.
somebody part-time cause so much fear.
The janitor. Oh, you talking about the Okay. You talking about the janitor.
Yeah, he on clean up.
You talk about the janitor.
Mhm.
Listen, the Bulls are doing really well. I think we kind of predicted this even in the chat, like when we were going back and forth with Ray, saying how like the Bulls were definitely gonna be better than the Knicks.
Oh my God.
I didn't know if I believed that
Not
they were
this
gonna
good.
be this good, only because it's hard to predict something you ain't see. You know, Levine and DeRozan are kind of like very similar players. And so you just don't know how that pans out. But when you add Lonzo Ball, you add Caruso, you add Vucevic, these are very unselfish guys. These are guys that know how to move the ball. These are guys that know how to play within a system. And I will say that, you know, people forgot that this guy was going to the conference finals year after year. He was just meeting up on the best player in the league.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People forgot that this is a guy that would have won a championship if LeBron, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they didn't trade him, if you know, Kawhi won, right? I feel like DeRozan could have won that championship that year, being on that Raptor team, because he's that good. He's that good. He's efficient. He knows how to play within a system. He doesn't need the basketball to be effective. He plays defense. I think this team's defense is underrated, y'all. Like, they play very, very, very good defense. It's not just the offensive skills. So I think that they can go deep in the playoffs. It would just be very hard for me to put them over the Bucks going against.
It's a matchup thing. They have to get the right matchups to go far. Because if they see the Bucks in the second round, that's a tough matchup. I think I'm more surprised. I guess you find out like you found out more about Zach LaVine and how he's as unselfish as like DeRozan. Like he's not making no fuss. Like they could really go to Zach LaVine in the clutch too, because Zach LaVine has been clutch for them in the other years where they haven't been. He's earned that. But like for him to willingly be like, oh, we're going to DeRozan back-to-back games when he I think the game against Washington he had 35, so he could have very much got the ball. So it's like his unselfishness and how he wants to win, but like they still mesh, right? They're still getting their numbers, but they're not fighting each other to get their numbers. It's very easy how everything's happening.
I gotta go back on a statement that I made a couple of weeks ago. This team, I won't give them the edge over Brooklyn just yet, but it's possible. It's possible. And the reason why I say it's possible is because the Nets have to figure out defense. If they don't figure out defense, they're going to get smoked by this team. They don't figure out defense, I'm telling you, they're going to get smoked by this team if they don't fit. This team moves the ball too much. Like, this isn't just Giannis coming down the court dunking on everybody. But this isn't the same thing.
You said defense. So I don't know about it being smoked. I agree with you, but I don't know about being smoked, because if we talk about trading baskets, though, who's stopping KD?
That's a team effort. You don't stop KD.
And James looking like he in shape. He used the quarantine and he came back a little refreshed. He looking like he got a little bounce in his step again. And then you add in part-time. That's the only reason why I feel like I'd give them a shot in the series against the Nets, is because of the part-time factor of Kyrie there, where it's like, if you really him not being there, if Kyrie's there only half of the series, I feel like that even opens the door even more for Brooklyn to lose. But like, if Kyrie's there, I feel like it's just how I feel about them. If all three of them is there, it's just too much. It's overpowering. Like, I just can't compute them the way that they all play when they're all going.
It's only been 3 times. You only seen them 3 times, Jason. Only seen them 3 times.
I'm convinced.
Those 3 times, you can't be convinced by 3 times. Go ahead, Sam.
I'm convinced.
No, I'm just saying that I agree. You know, it's kind of like a more of a matchups series than anything. I think that the Bulls, with their chemistry, as they've shown this far throughout the whole COVID protocol situation, LaVine has been out. DeRozan, literally every important piece.
Lonzo's still out.
Has been out. And with every important piece that's been out, they still won games. They still found a way to get the games going, way to still move the ball, way to give the person that's supposed to have the ball at the right moment. They have it at the right moment. I feel like, really their coaching is going unnoticed as well with Billy.
Yeah.
I feel like just overall their team, and I feel like that's what's going to give them edge, because I feel like
I wish we were able to have like a video screen to it, because like the way they're playing basketball is the way I like y'all know how I like they play the game the way I like to see the game played. Like the way DeMar and Zach are coming off of those screens, it's hard to stop. Like that is going to be very difficult for the Nets to stop, because once I catch Kyrie coming up, that's a bucket anyway. Once I catch him coming off a screen, that's a bucket. I'm giving him 2 points every time if I'm DeRozan and Levine. So they know how to.
You're not guarding them.
That's what I'm. No,
he be on Lonzo.
No, but here's what I'm saying. Off the screen, they catch mismatches off the screen every single time coming around, and then they just shoot over the top with that mid range, or they swing it here, swing it to. Watch their ball movement. They are very good at coming off of the screen, swinging left, swinging right, and watch the left guy. Always watch the left. The left guy is always cutting baseline every time. It's like being at a high school basketball practice where the coach is like, if y'all don't do this right, I'm taking you out the game.
And they
that's what it's like watching them.
They have a team full of cutters, and what I think is really the most important piece for them is Vucevic. I feel like he's the real X factor that spaces out the floor to give Levine and DeRozan that space to work with. For DeRozan to be able to take as many mid-range shots as he is, you have to have individuals that are around that perimeter that can hit shots. So Lonzo being there, Vucevic that's hitting threes constantly. I feel like there's just too many factors there where I don't think.
And in the playoff series, like Vucevic's real impact will be seen in the playoffs when stuff gets a little bit like harder, like and like more physical. Whereas like now in a game 3, he could get you 25 and 12 because DeRozan is 12 for 30 and Zach LaVine is 7 for 19, and then Vucevic could just be in there like getting easy buckets in the paint.
I think the problem is, I think one of the reasons why people don't see them as maybe a contender yet, like bona fide contender yet, is because if they were doing what they were doing with the three, like, because you got Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan that are coming off of screens, pulling up from top of the key, pulling up from elbow, going in for layups and floaters. Like, because we live in an era where if it's not that 3 ball, it doesn't look as dangerous. So, but what they're doing is so effective. Imagine not being able to stop somebody from the elbow, not being able to stop somebody from top of the key. That is so dangerous, because guess what? That opens up the 3-point. That opens up the lane for the cutters. And the thing about it is they have a big 3, and they don't have to be a big 3. Vucevic don't have to have 30 points. He don't have to have 25 points. Vucevic can have 17 points, 10 boards, 5 assists, and that's a great night for that team. You know what I'm saying? And we're talking about somebody that can give you 30 and 10 on any given night.
And I think
you know what I'm saying? Like, he's that good.
We're going to have to go back to the previous podcast, because I'm pretty sure I made a prediction saying that the Bulls are going to come out first in the East. So I'm almost sure we're gonna have to find that clip and post that somewhere, because
I don't know. I just know that we was talking about the Bulls versus Nets, and I still feel like the Nets is gonna win that series.
No, I would give the Nets the edge, but
and KD's still the best player in that series.
Yeah, I would say my thing is that defense is going to determine, just like defense determines in most playoff series, right? And I don't think right now as currently constructed, they would have to get rid of LaMarcus Aldridge. They those guys are slowing them down. They have a lot of guys that are just slowing them down defensively. This Claxton guy is terrible. He's just bad. It's just not good.
This is the second time you came on the podcast to trash Nick Claxton.
No, he's terrible. I didn't even know his first name. Like
he's just the I'm happy to be here guy.
Yeah, like Vucevic is really gonna do. Vucevic would do him bad in the play. Like it would be really bad.
Yeah, I don't know who they put on Vucevic in the playoff series. You'd have to have Aldridge for
KD.
that.
Aldridge
for Vucevic?
No.
I don't know who. Blake? You put Aldridge. Blake on Vucevic too?
Yeah, you might have to put Blake on him.
You have to put Blake
not
on
Aldridge. Yeah.
So wait. So I had a quick topic that I wanted to bring about. So we seen Alex Caruso doing good. We see Kyle Kuzma doing good. These are both important pieces for the Lakers championship team that they traded away. And now we see that the Lakers team now, as they're constructed, they have a huge problem with their supporting cast contributing to points, and not only points, but energy buckets. I feel like we need to talk a little about what's going on with the Lakers, because I feel like how old did LeBron turn out? 38, 39?
37.
30. He turned 37, or he turned?
He turned 37.
Turning 37 and scoring 40 points and possibly losing that game still, or scoring 30, 35 and losing the game is not where he should be right now. So I feel like we need to just touch upon that.
I disagree with that statement. Like, if you're a great player, you're a great player. Like,
he's gonna do it.
Like,
anyway.
If you're healthy and you're a great player, forget how old you are. If you're healthy and you're a great player, you're just gonna be great. You're gonna play how you play, and you're LeBron James. Like, you're the most durable. You're the most durable superstar ever to play the game. The most. So we expect, and so, like, if we're going back to the Caruso and would you say Kuzma situation?
Yeah,
I don't think that's fair, because we also have had two guys on our team from the last championship that did nothing for us. In Rondo and Dwight have been doing nothing for us.
Yeah, even looking back at Dwight,
so,
I don't know what's up with Dwight. Dwight, when that championship year, Dwight had mad energy, a lot of boards, a lot of everything. I don't see that same energy from him.
It's the chemistry thing. I feel like with Rondo,
how did that affect his energy? He was just an effort guy that got us more possession by just having extra effort. I don't see that same energy, that same effort.
The energy was different with that Lakers team. I feel like Dwight felt more at home, felt more like he was a part of the team there. I really think that little altercation between him and AD earlier in the year really meant something. Not that they're still beefing, but that chemistry that's not what we saw during that championship run. I feel like
I don't know if it's just like chemistry does play a factor in it. Like, that's a big factor. I do think that it's easier to build chemistry when you live together in Orlando in one location for months, as opposed to now everybody get to live where they want now. Like, it's so much easier. Like, these guys, they wake up next, they don't got their families with them the year we won the championship. They're together every day. They're eating lunch, breakfast, like they're doing everything every day because they don't have nobody with them.
I think for some of the rookies and for the young dudes, they wasn't really together like we assumed they were.
In the bubble, they was.
They wasn't together like that.
No, not.
You know who they eating?
That's not like that. Like,
I feel like they had great chemistry even before the bubble, but like the bubble definitely helped. We was at the top of the West before the bubble.
Hey, do you remember that people, including myself, were questioning the chemistry?
But right before the bubble, we had just beat the Bucks and the Clippers back to back.
Exactly.
And so we was going into the bubble. It was like, yo, they're revving up. Like, is
what place were we in going into that? Because we played Portland in the playing game. Am I not?
Yeah.
No,
you played.
You were first.
Portland
was the 8th seed.
Exactly.
Portland was the 8th seed.
Everything was good that year, bro. Everything was good that year. And going back to your point, I feel like Rondo and Dwight Howard, those were pieces that were meant for playoff situations. Going towards moving Alex Caruso and what's his name, Kyle Kuzma, those are pieces for the season that give you energy buckets to win those games. You traded those two energy pieces for Russell Westbrook to give you those type of.
I bring up the conversation all the time. I always bring up the conversation all the time that we can say what we want, but LeBron James was out in the beginning of the season for a lot of games, and Caruso and Kuzma don't help us win a lot of those games that we won without Westbrook. Westbrook and AD won a lot of those games for us to keep us at 500, as bad as they've been.
We've seen Caruso and Kuzma without like missing a piece. Like, say AD is gone. We've seen when even last year we've expected Kuzma to step up when AD was out, and we ain't see that, and we were still bashing him. He's just playing better. He's in a situation where he feels more free, not less pressure. And now he's even more in a veteran role on that Washington team. Same thing with Caruso on those. Yeah. They got to flourish in their own. They're not under that same those pressure, that same eye of the whole nation.
Hey Sam,
on them.
you've been a LeBron fan since LeBron's been in the league. Like, players, there are a lot of players that though he's won, like like we give him credit for winning, but there's been a lot of players that haven't really been good with him. And then when they leave, they just play better. Like, it's not easy to play with the best player in the world.
I don't think there's a lot of players that you can name that have come off their run with LeBron, have gone to a different team, and has elevated the other team's success.
Yeah, because he drains their prime out of them, and then he uses it for himself, and then they're not the same.
You guys bugging.
Hey, not
disrespectful Laker fans.
Not necessarily. Not
Look at Kevin Love. Kevin Love was 30 and 30 in Minnesota.
Wow.
He got
No.
That's what I'm saying. They won, and then he was never the same after. LeBron just used him. LeBron used him in his all-star form, made him a third guy, was whatever, got his championship, and then LeBron left him there, and LeBron left him in Cleveland, and he's just recovering. He actually went crazy the other day. He had like 35 the other day. I was like, wow,
no, he's been going crazy. He's been over the last 5 games. He's been averaging like 30 and 10.
Yeah, he's looking like Minnesota again. He's just recovering from being used by LeBron.
Whoa! Let's
at the same time. That's not my point.
Kevin Love, in where he was before, he was in an easy market. He had no stress on him. When you playing with LeBron James,
that's what we're saying. That's what we're saying.
It looked like he was getting drained because you're playing for a championship. He was not playing for a championship before.
That's what we're saying. With the same thing with Kuzma and Caruso.
But we're saying different now because Kuzma and Caruso have been contributing to W's. Kevin Love wasn't getting W's with the Timberwolves. When he came to the Cavs,
but the after effect is still they look better. Well, now Kevin Love is just recovering, but like he looks better now after like there's less pressure after LeBron leaves. Like even like Chris Bosh after LeBron left Miami, Chris Bosh flourished again when it was just him and D Wade again.
Look, guys, y'all gotta think about it like this. You gotta think about it like this. Hey, look, you gotta think about it like this. There are a lot of guys. It's not just LeBron, but when it's your LeBron and it's the Lakers, it's a certain pressure that comes with that. Brandon Ingram leaves and becomes an all-star. D'Angelo Russell leaves and becomes an all-star. Julius Randle leaves and becomes like, it's just when you have that pressure, it's very difficult to play in that if you're not built like that. So I get what you're saying, but it's double pressure when it's LeBron and the greatest franchise in basketball.
Hey guys, thank you for joining us again for another episode of Directly Podcast. I know it feels like we just ended it real quick. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you for being the bench mob. Peace.